Hello, agents of the SSI. This is Director Squiggy looking to provide a training on our ingredient writing that will be used for all summaries that will be provided to the Commissioner based off of the investigations that we conduct here throughout the course of our year. You should have received a graphic that looks similar to this with a topic sentence providing supporting details and a conclusion sentence. We are here to go through this process and how it is used in all science investigations that will happen here throughout the course of the year. As we move ourselves forward here, our investigation summary that we have in front of you is one that is a sample that will be used throughout the course of the year. This is an analysis that comes from a development of a prototype car that will occur here in the future. You can see that the summary or the investigation summary requires you to go and provide, was your car a success? Why or why not? Use at least 2 scientific facts from the prior questions to support why your car was or was not successful in keeping the egg safe. Your response must include a topic sentence, include facts and data, include topic vocabulary, and include a conclusion sentence. You will be provided paper to answer said question as you move forward. When we talk about a topic sentence, this answers the prompt in a complete sentence using key vocabulary phrases from the prompt. It kind of previews also what we're going to be getting into with our main idea. So if we go back to where our prompt was, the part that we want to focus on is, was your car a success? Why or why not? In providing this prompt portion of the prompt, we want to make sure we're very concise and to the point. We also want to make sure that we provide some information. Our topic sentence here that was produced from this investigation summary, our team's prototype car was successful due to several reasons. We are able to go and identify that we have provided a term, success, in both the topic sentence as well as the prompt itself. And it's going to give, if you take a look up here, a kind of main idea, the several reasons that our car was successful. As we move ourselves forward, we're going to be able to go and start to provide some support. Whenever you do an investigation in this class, you will be provided several ways of gathering information, gathering data, collecting information, collecting support for your investigation. Whether it be on a data sheet here, like you see, with various calculations, information that is being included, or it be a series of questions that you're going to be able to go and answer in one or maybe 2 sentences that you're going to be able to use in providing the summary for Commissioner or for the Commissioner. As you move yourself forward, these supporting data will be indicated. With the supporting data, we want to provide evidence or reasoning to support our topic sentence. Okay, so basically, what are the reasons why our car was successful? We said there were several. This is not a one-size-fits-all. You will have to work within the specific content or topic area that we are investigating throughout the course of the year. In general, when in doubt, 3 details or sentences. You will see this prompt specifically asks you for 2 facts from the prior questions. So, if we take a look here, a topic sentence that could be, or excuse me, after our topic sentence, a supporting sentence with data and scientific information can be located here. We will kind of go through a little bit of this. We'll read this off as we can see. One reason the car was successful in keeping the egg safe was the roll cage. The roll cage was used to deal with Newton's first law of motion and the egg wanting to keep moving when the car hit the wall. This is providing us several pieces of information here that are supporting this from the information that was provided during the data. We also want to make sure that we take a look and we find certain key components. For instance, Newton's first law of motion, something that was going to be important as we move ourselves forward. The egg wanting to move, or the egg wanting to keep moving, which gets us into, and we'll learn, is an important piece or detail here. As we move forward with this and as you create your supporting details, we want to make sure that we include as much information as possible. The data that is used within things like potential or kinetic energy, if you see some of those key bold or capitalized words that we've talked about within class. These key terms that we start to focus on can be things that are used or found within our word wall. These specific terms are going to make sure we are focused in and demonstrate our understanding to the commissioner of the materials that we're taking a look at. Some of the examples used in this prompt that you will see, and I already highlighted a few of them, you will see terms like mass, force, Newton's first law, Newton's second law, okay, F equals ma. These are things that will be found on the word wall, or are clues that we'll be able to use within the creation of our summary for the commissioner. As we move forward, we were able to go and, like as mentioned, identify a few of those. Newton's first law of motion is one of those terms. Some people will indicate roll cage. We will talk about that as we go. And the egg or any object wanting to keep moving. So any of these kind of focal points that indicate that we understand exactly what we're looking for will be important to include within this piece of information. If you take a look, it also asks for a second scientific fact. Within that second scientific fact, we are able to go and identify specifically some more content that is going to support why our car was successful. With this being focused on, you're going to be able to see where it starts and says another reason the car was successful was the low amount of force the car hit the wall. We made the car light, so the mass was only 96.9 grams. Again, providing specific data that is going to be able to be used here to support why our car was successful. This data was taken from the data collection sheet that was used. Make sure whenever you write down a summary, you are using data. We are also going to use some more terms here to indicate that we understand what we're looking at. Newton's second law tells us F equals ma. So we will talk about what that means, but therefore less mass equals less force. So this is not only just giving me a reason, it's also providing me supporting details to indicate exactly why or how this is effective. You're going to see I'm going to highlight a few things here real quick. When you start to look at specific data, this is important. There should be in all of our different pieces of information data that is going to specifically help support your claim. Here we have chosen to use the amount of mass that was collected. Sometimes it may be the reaction rate. It could be the speed of the car. It could be the isobars and the air pressure that's present. So there's a lot of different data, but you will be collecting those various things, and they should be included somewhere, at least one of the numbers within your information to help support your claims. As we move ourselves forward, we also want to make sure that we highlight certain terms. Okay, you're going to see here in purple again the various different kind of key terms that are used from this. All of our different pieces of information should come with a conclusion sentence. So our summaries using the ingredient writing should have a form of a concluding sentence. Here our concluding sentence wants to be a single response paragraph, and you're going to see this is going to appear in green, and uses a transition like in conclusion or to summarize. Here we chose to go and use in conclusion, our car was successful due to the roll cage and low mass. So summarizing the fact of what we use within the car to allow for the car to be successful, not allowing the egg to crack. So as we start to take a look here, you can see the summary that begins to occur using a restating two of the components here that were supported within the actual body of the paragraph. The other piece that you will see at times as we move forward is making sure that you have a checklist. All of your investigation summaries will include checklists, okay, for you to be able to go and actually physically check off once you understand and know that you have met the components before this is submitted for the review by myself to Director Squiggy and passed on to the Commissioner. So make sure whenever you use or see an investigation summary and we're using the ingredient writing process that you do use these checklists. It is important that you can go back and analyze your own writing as you move forward. One of the other components that you will see here as well are transition words. You're going to see several of the different examples here. Transition words will be built in, and we will be introducing more of those as we move through our investigations and we move through writing various different summaries. But you're going to see a few of those different transitions that can be here, kind of stating a sequence, one reason, okay? Another reason being, again, an example of a transition, the word therefore, transition, and also in conclusion. So you're going to be able to see several of these different components here that we're able to use within the ingredient writing paragraph to allow for the writing to kind of move more smoothly and allow for the commissioner to be able to go and understand exactly your perspective when it comes down to your investigation. If you have any questions, please make sure you do speak to myself, Director Swiggy, to get any clarification. Hopefully this was helpful, and you will become very proficient over the course of the next several weeks and months in providing information for the director.